Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Movie Bucket here on Screen Stealers. Subject after popcorn, your soft drink, and maybe even a soft pretzel. It's time to talk about another movie. Um, I'm Brooke, and what's your level of laziness right now?
Like an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I would say around like a 7.
Yeah.
For
And hi, I'm
context,
River, and
Yeah,
it's always above like a 5. Let's be
yeah,
honest.
minimum.
yeah.
Yeah. But hello, I am River, and Mom, it's always dark for me. What do you mean?
Sweet baby.
Can I take a shower, please?
He ate that one up so hard. I loved it. I loved
Gagged
it. We'll
her.
get to it. And hola, I am Eduardo, and I have a question for you. Do you think I'm pretty?
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but not just you. Do you think everyone thinks I'm pretty?
But I don't think
They
about what
should.
other people think.
They should.
That was so adorable, by the
So
way.
good.
That was adorable.
Well, if you hadn't gathered or you missed last week, as part of our continued Pride Month coverage, because it's Pride, motherfuckers,
Hello.
we are covering River. I'm going to let you do the intro and cast things because, again, I don't want to butcher these international actors' names.
I got you. So today it is also it was my choice, so it makes sense.
Yes.
But today I chose for us to watch The Way He Looks, or original title Hoje, Quero Voltar Sozinho, from 2014, Brazilian production. This was based on it was a short film turned feature length. So this is from the same writer and director. So this was written and directed by Daniel Ribeiro, and it's starring Ghilherme Lobo, Fábio Audi, Tess Amorim, Lúcia Romano, and Eucir de Souza, and others, but those are our main characters. And this had a budget of, at the time, 2.7 million reais, the Brazilian currency, which is around 520K US dollars. So, in 2014, right?
Yeah.
And it was selected as the Brazilian entry for Best Foreign Language Film for the Academy Awards of that year, but it was not nominated. But it was the choice. And this was a movie that I missed somehow, right? And it's been on my mental watch list since it came out, basically. And I felt like, oh my God, it's time for me to watch. And I wanted to share it with you. And I'm glad that because I chose this blindly, pun intended. And so I'm glad that the result was positive, Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say one thing. First off, first watch for all of us. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yes.
So a long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean back in January, okay?
Mhm.
We reviewed Song of the Sea, right? And in Song of the Sea, and during that review, I told you all, and I stand by this, that my biggest complaint is how they handled Saoirse's mute state throughout the film, and Saoirse being mute. At least the resolution of it, because it seemed like it was really good representation, and then at the end, it's just fixed, and that really bugged me, and it really bothered me. This is some of the single best disability rep I have ever seen in any movie ever, and quite frankly, I have not felt more happiness for just from a purely representational standpoint. This is not talking about anything else in this movie. Just want to get this out of the way now. This is incredible disability representation.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
Yeah.
And I was looking it up because I agree, and I was interested in looking up if the actor that played Leo was blind or had any kind of visual impairment himself, and no, No, he does not. But he did prepare a lot because he did play the cast from the short is the original, like it's the same people, right?
Okay.
So he did take like braille classes, and like he did prepare a lot for this role, and I think that's why he treated it with such care and took it very seriously. So that's why I think he did a fantastic job. So yeah, that like because I already really liked his performance. So when I went and looked that up, I was like, okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was going to say that now that you mentioned it, because I was going to say like, oh, it just feels very real. Like I'm sure that this actor is actually blind, and knowing that he is, it makes a lot of little details throughout the movie like be way more impressive, even though like they're very small. Like when Leo and Gabriel finally do kiss at the end of the movie, Leo doesn't close his eyes. But Gabriel does when they kiss because, well, Leo obviously doesn't know that he needs to close his eyes, and like he's already not seeing anything, so of course he doesn't need to close his eyes. And I thought that was very cute, and the way that he just like doesn't actually really move his eyes at all throughout the entirety of the movie, because obviously he doesn't really need to. He's blind. Why would he need to actually like look around? If he only sees total darkness, there's no need for him to look around. And the simple fact that he was able to, display all of those small little details that you wouldn't think about doing, but that he was able to do just with his eyes is pretty amazing. Because also you have to basically not really use your eyes to emote anything ever. And the fact that Leonardo was able to emote so much without talking at all, and like just through the other emotions of his face, is really impressive. Now that you mentioned that, like he's obviously not blind, so a lot of care went into this performance, obviously. So that makes it even more impressive.
And not just like the facial, because yes, but also like the rest of the physical performance as well, like the walking, the everything, like
the always sitting with his like legs close to his chest and like being very small. It's all very deliberate, which I appreciate.
The walking around the house like with the finger,
with
like
the hand,
like a lot of small moments of the physical performance. Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I think specifically this reflects really well on Daniel Ribeiro, who's the director of this movie, because I don't know anyone who can like authentically portray a blind person without they themselves either being blind or having someone help them get to that point who is not actually blind. And I think he has shown himself in this one film. I haven't seen anything else this man has directed that he knows how to get what he needs out of an actor to make something feel authentic and feel correct. Because I also looked it up to see if he was actually blind or not, because I really didn't believe it. I believed this movie.
I was gagged.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to just. I know we're going to talk about it throughout the review because it's one of the more core aspects of the film. I have so many different people in this movie that I want to slap.
It's on many sides. I don't like. I am so ready.
I have a hit list. I have a hit list of people that I need to bitch slap.
I've got like 6 at least, and probably more.
First of all, Fábio, fuck you. Okay?
Half of you think you should suffer.
You blonde fucking bitch little boy. Fuck you, okay?
Fábio,
half of you think you should suffer.
Then Laura, the fucking mom. Girl. I swear to God, she pissed me off so much throughout this movie.
When he brought up the exchange program, and she said with her full chest, "Who would take in a blind kid?"
I literally paused the movie and needed to take a lap. I literally needed to take a lap because
her and Barbara, who is the worst? I mean,
Barbara. Barbara. Yeah,
Barbara,
Barbara.
yes, but I'm just
But this
But
is
more,
more
but
fun.
Barbara.
but oh
But-
my god.
But yeah,
Like-
Laura did say more fucked up things than Barbara. Like this was more fucked up than anything that Barbara ever actually said with her words. Yeah, she acted worse, but this was like
Right, yeah.
that's so
No,
fucked
it's
up.
just the fact that it's like your
it's a
and it's your own
child.
son. Like the way she said it as well. Like
Yeah,
the
because
tone,
there's
you know?
so much behind it. Because it's not only who would take care of a blind person. It's I don't like that you're blind.
Implying
I-
that like
I'm not happy of your existence. Your existence bothers me. And you bother everyone else because you are blind and therefore you are a nuisance to everyone else. Like there's so much weight behind those simple words.
Mhm.
It pissed me off so much. As I said, I needed to take a lap because of how mad I got immediately afterwards. Holy shit, I'm still getting mad from just thinking about it. God.
So,
But then on the other hand, the dad, a rare movie where the dad is like incredible. Like truly actually a really, really great dad. I love him.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
he should
Brooke.
marry better. That's his
Well,
big problem. He
I
should
mean,
have
I
married better.
understand like the overprotectiveness, like parts of Laura's character, like that. Not that I agree, but I understand, right? From a mother point of view, like maybe going too
Yeah.
hard because you want to protect your son, whatever. Like my quote of like when she was worried because he was out in the dark, like, you know, I understand having some extra concerns due to a disability and the consequences that can cause, like falling or being run over, like whatever, something,
Yeah.
being an accident. But the way that she goes about it in front of him, because that's something that like I'm sure it's not easy to deal with, and she's allowed to have feelings about how hard it is, but that's something for her to talk about with her husband or a therapist or her friends or someone else, right?
Yeah.
Not to your son. You know what I mean? That is the one issue for me.
See, I'm gonna push back on that. There is a difference between being overprotective of your child, which, trust me, I have experienced in my life,
Right.
versus infantilizing your almost adult son.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I agree.
And I want to add in here. This is one of the reasons I really want to talk about how amazing I think the representation in this movie is, just in general. You kind of get the full spectrum of people when it comes to Leo's blindness, right? And like how people treat him. Because most of his classmates, assholes. Like these people treat him like absolute crap. And I want to add in too, because we didn't mention them specifically, every single person at that party that was playing Spin the Bottle, don't think you're getting off easy either. You
jail
are
and hell
on the hit
for
list.
everyone.
I swear to
How do
God.
you think
Even the
this
dog.
entire
Throw the
class
dog in
should
jail as
suffer?
well.
Because
Throw the
these
dog in jail
people,
as well.
Everyone, please, no. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
But they treat him like crap. And then you have like the teacher who, instead of like, trying to help with this bad situation, is kind of just letting them get away with it until they start being like talking lewd in class. That's when they're in trouble. Not when they're being outwardly disrespectful to the blind kid. No, fuck that. Then on top of that, you have the single most patronizing mother I have ever seen in a movie. And she treats him like he is an actual toddler.
Yeah.
Because he's like, what,
Right?
17, I think, right?
17, 18, like
16,
Yeah.
like late high school, yeah.
Late high
I don't
school.
think we get.
I mean,
late
okay,
high school.
if it was a situation, like the only thing I will say that I genuinely agreed with her on was, before you go on a trip with the school, let me talk to the school. That's a normal parent thing to me. Like,
Or like,
maybe
if
something
you're gonna
with
be
the
late,
permission.
just call and let me know. I understand when he was late.
Yeah.
Like, just
But-
let me know. Yeah.
But she still fucking overreacted about both of those situations and put him in a position where he feels like he can't do anything for himself, because and also I'm gonna call it out here too, Giovanna does the same thing to him a lot of the time.
Yes.
Like
I went on
the
a
key.
full trip with her. Oh my God.
Lord.
Okay,
We'll talk about it later, but yeah.
Can we talk about the gate really quick? About the gate to the house. So At first, I thought maybe it was a situation of this is a task that requires absolute precision to get a key in a lock, and maybe it's a little bit difficult, and maybe, this is just a situation where, but like the second time they get to the gate, he does it on his own.
Yeah.
Like completely on his own. Giovanna? Nope, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Nope, we're not. Nope, not right now. Nope.
We need to have a whole segment on Giovanna. We'll get to her eventually.
We'll get to her.
Because I have a lot of thoughts
I
on
wanted to
Giovanna.
talk a little bit because, to wrap up on the mom, I think like some of the concerns are valid, but the way that she reacts to them and the way that she brings it up to the kid as well is the problem, because we get then the scene of the dad. First of all, the dad is like defending. He's like, Laura, please, like, stop. Oh my God. Like, fuck. The man being the reasonable one. My God.
Love to see it.
But shout out.
Yes.
Love to see it. But then the bathroom scene when like he actually was like, okay, first let me help you, whatever, like shave. And he was like, okay, you want to do an exchange program? Why? Let me know. Like, actually, instead of like immediately being like, no, like, okay, you can still be like, okay, I'm probably going to say no, but let me hear him out. So at least like, even if you know you're going to say no, at minimum, your child will feel heard by the parent. So like, you can give them that, you know what I mean? Like at least.
And not only that,
he said, like, I just want to make sure that he didn't say don't go. He said, I just want to make sure that you want to go for the right reasons. And he also said that the way that he was feeling about like fighting with your parents and like wanting to go other places, like it's that all of the things, the reasons, the things that he was feeling that made him want to do that were normal teenage feelings that he also felt when he was a teenager. So like also relating to your child as well and not acting like you could never, or you would never do what they're doing. You know what I mean? Or you have never. Like, I don't know. It just, I really loved that scene of him and the dad in the bathroom. And then he let it go. He was, because we don't know what happens, right? But I mean, I'm assuming maybe he won't do it, and like maybe he would take a trip later in life or whatever.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to do it right now, you know? He maybe was wanting to go for the wrong reasons.
Maybe, but yeah, I would like to add on top of that, what I also like about that scene specifically with the dad is also the dad, like when he asks him, hey, can you help me shave? He just lets him do it all by his own. Now doesn't like, okay, let me do it for you, or let me show you how. He only tells him like, okay, you do this, you do that, that's it. That's
he lets him do it first, and then if he does it wrong, he corrects it.
Yes.
Right? It's like, it's too much foam. Then let's take some away. Now go ahead.
That's it. I felt like that was the first moment where I was like, finally, Leo is getting treated like a normal human being, like a person, like a person
with autonomy.
With autonomy.
Yeah.
Oh, the lights. Oh, no, the lights.
Not the lights. I noticed.
Oh, no, Eduardo was silenced.
Were you silent or silenced?
You know what? It's Laura. She said, no, you're talking too well about my husband. I'm looking too bad right now. Let me shut this light off.
Okay, why word is frozen? I'll just go ahead and add, for me, something that I wanted to bring up that I think is really important here. You know, the comment she made about him, about like what family would want to take in a blind kid, that was fucked. But the comment that really got to me was after they come back from the camping trip, when he's like sick and made like a traditional teenager kind of mistake. By the way, did nothing egregious. He just went swimming late at night and he got a cold. Oh God. When she goes, oh, and now I'm supposed to let you go on an exchange program. You responsible adult.
Like truly acting like she was never a teenager.
I wanted to slap. No, and he calls her out on that, and he's like, "Oh, so like you've never made a mistake in your life?" And she's like, "Well, that's different."
Also,
how the fuck is it different?
It's different. Yeah.
It's different because
it's really
he's treating a blind teenager like he is 4 fucking years old. That's how it's different.
Yeah. And she also doesn't realize that like the more she does that, the harder it is for him to gain the skills and or better his skills with being independent and learning to do things on his own as a blind person. Because as a mother, me, like I would worry of like, did I teach my child enough for them to be okay after I'm gone and I'm not able to help them when they need anymore? You know what I mean? Like I would want them to be as independent as they possibly could. Like, I don't know. It's kind of counterproductive.
Well, yeah, it's so aggravating for me, like as a viewer, to see this lady, because why do you think he wants to get away from you so bad?
Right.
Like,
what is the what do you think is the reason, girl? Hello.
Yeah, this his dad said, I want to make sure you're going for the right reasons, right? He is going for the right reasons. His family, I'm going to say his mom and his classmates have treated him like crap the entire time. He has, at the beginning of the movie, one real friend, right? And a dad who doesn't really stand up to his mom much based off of what we can see in the film. And like, he just feels alone and he feels trapped in a hole. And he kind of is. He kind of is. And that's part of the reason why when he started talking about like going on exchange and stuff, I'm like, yeah, do it. Right? Like, the lights are back on. The lights are back on. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, third world. You know how it goes. Sometimes the lights go out. Sorry.
But to finish what I was saying, though, he's going for the right reasons. Any reason he has, if it's to want to get away from his mother and the shitty people he goes to school with, that's a reason to me. That's a valid fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I want to, like, this Leo deserves so much better than most of the crap he has to go through in this movie, because realistically, what did he do wrong in this film? Like, actually,
genuinely nothing. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think literally every other character in this movie made at least one very wrong decision, and Leo was just there to experience everyone's wrong decisions, unfortunately.
Yeah, even the occasions where people got mad at him is like, okay, but he's not wrong though. Like, what did he do? But no.
Yeah.
Like when Giovanna was mad that he got mad at her for getting him out of the party when he didn't know that she saved him from something horrible. Like, yeah, in his head, you just removed him from the possibility of having his first kiss with a hot girl.
Yeah.
So why are you mad? Anyway.
And what's worse for me specifically about that situation is that literally Gabriel told Giovanna right before this, like, maybe we should talk about our feelings and our the situation, and she just refuses to do that. She refuses to tell him, hey, this is the situation, this is why I removed you from that situation that you thought was good. Like,
but I imagine it's hard, right? You don't want to be the one to tell your best friend a horrible thing, but I understand that it is hard, and she was also drunk, so in a teenager, I get it, right?
Yeah.
But and she does apologize later. I do. Here's the thing, with mostly the teenage characters, right? When they do something that I don't agree on, especially Giovanna, she's the main person I'm talking about. She does redeem herself for the most part by the end, and I. As much as she annoys me and she makes me so mad at times, it's realistic for a teenage girl to be acting the way that she is, because that's it would be you know what I mean? It would be weird if she did have the emotional maturity to act differently than she did. But I do like that at the end, even the way that they make up as friends is very realistic to the way teenage friendships exist, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of things about Giovanna that
the bathroom.
the bathroom,
Can we just move into the Giovanna discussion of portion of this
I think we
podcast?
have
and then we can talk about other things after. Yeah, but we need
Giovanna makes a lot of mistakes throughout this movie. Obviously, separating herself from Leo is an issue there. Stopping,
so dramatic.
not talking, for absolutely no reason. Then trying to kiss Gabriel for no reason. That's also an issue.
After throwing up, sitting on the bathroom floor, you want to kiss? No, gross.
And I get it. She's drunk, but come on. Then obviously not talking to Leo about the situation where he almost kissed the dog. And then specifically the thing I think that pissed me off the most was when Leo eventually does reveal that he has a crush on Gabriel, she just runs away. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hello? I freaked out so hard. I freaked out so hard and I felt so bad for my boy. That's my son. That's my boy.
It was terrible. It was but I do, I said, I do love this, the day after when she goes and talks to him, it's just so, it's so sweet. She's like, I never thought of you that way. Maybe in a sexual way, which also, Brooke, to your point, goes to show that even the person that was kind of treating him the best before Gabriel came in, right? Mm-hmm. Still, even that person still infantilized him in some way. Yeah. Because what she meant was not that she never thought that he would be gay, right? Or like men or boys, that she didn't think of him as a sexual being at all.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that.
And that was something else I was going to bring up when we got to discuss Giovanna, because I felt like it was important to talk about. Everybody and their mom wants to get with Gabriel. That's just who they want. They want this. They want,
you know what? Real. Valid.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this. If I were in a classroom with both Leonardo and Gabriel, I would be falling head over heels over Leonardo, other than not Gabriel. I would be following Leonardo around like a lost puppy. Truly.
Can I say something? To me, it would be I would be chasing the boy that came in, the new boy that comes in at the end that sits next to Giovanna. That would be the person I'll be like.
Yeah.
Hello.
I just want to say this. The sweet boy energy, I am shocked that there wasn't at least one girl throwing themselves at this boy. I'm just going to say that. Really, for real, because I know so many people that are oh, I love nice guys, sweet boys, right? Mm-hmm. And he is the sweetest boy, right? Yeah. He legit just wants to he wants autonomy, obviously, and very clearly he's not just a child. He is almost an adult. He is trying to get that independence in the same way that pretty much everyone does in their late teenage years, right? When you're trying to get out from underneath that bubble of being underneath your parents. And he doesn't get that opportunity in any way. And that's what makes it so hard for me watching this movie to not want to punch everyone in the face during these conversations.
Yeah.
Why are people shooting off fireworks like it's July 4th? How rude.
For Pride. Yay.
Happy Pride.
No, that is not.
No,
why.
I know it's not. Not.
Michigan celebrating Pride? Okay. It's a purple state. We actually Pride was last weekend, ironically. At time of filming. Specifically with Giovanna, though, when she says that, right? She's the only person who has been close to him this entire film, but it kind of just serves to re-highlight how she treats him in this movie, right? Because yes, she is his friend, and yes, she does support him, right? But she supports him in a way where she is taking care of him the entire film. She is part of the group of people who treat him like a child. And by the time I think she finally realizes that at the end of the movie, right? That's when I'm okay, I will give you
and
your.
And she's actually, you guys would make a cute couple. I'm yes, girl, ally.
Talk Valentina. We need a Talk Valentina button just for this.
Yes, we do.
Ally.
But about Giovanna, one of the things that also really pissed me off was when she was mad that the two things, when they didn't invite her to go to the movies when it was a spontaneous decision. I'm like, girl, you don't need to be included in everything. Like, no, first of all, no. And then also when like they didn't wait for her after school, when they both were were thinking that she didn't want them to wait for her because she had something else to do. And like, anyway,
Like-
but very teenage girl, like I said, very real, very, yes.
Yeah, it truly brought me back to high school when like I had to do some, specifically actually junior high. Like that's the kind of drama that I would get involved into. And as the only gay kid in the school, I was always in the middle of it all. So I had flashbacks. Thank you very much to this movie.
A little triggering, just as much. This much.
Yeah, just this much.
I was looking at my notes and there was one thing of I just wanted to circle back just very quick to his mom. The scene where he comes in late and then he talks about that it's always dark for him. And then she says, oh, but whatever, like, it's different with you, she says to him. And he says, but why does it have to be different, Mom? Why don't you try to make it normal? And I thought that was like one of the moments that I felt like what we were talking about how people treat him is like, the one person that is supposed to protect you the most, right, is the one that it makes you feel that way the most. Is just like, it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's talking to a wall because like it's not, it seems like it's not something that is being brought up for the first time for her. Like it seems like it's something that he has been already like letting her know for a while. And she still is not listening, it must be so frustrating.
Yeah, that specific scene where he asked if he's going to, like, if she's going to bathe him, right, when he comes back at, like,
right.
Yeah. At first, I was like, okay, maybe you're doing a bit much, right? Because, no, I do agree to a point that if you're gonna be late, maybe shoot me a text. But, like...
Right. Especially because it's São Paulo, you guys. Like, it's not...
Okay, can you explain that context for me real quick? Because I don't know.
Okay, so it's the largest city in South America.
Well, I know that,
and so like depending on where you are in the city, it's like there are safe places, there are more dangerous places, but the thing is, it's like it's a dangerous city in general. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily for like very violent crimes, but especially for like robbery. You know what I mean?
Would you say it's like a New York City would be like a good
comparison? Very New York. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not, if you're a mom, you don't want your teenage son to be walking the streets of New York alone in the dark. I'm sorry. Like, I agree with that. You know what I mean? So that's I understand. Yeah.
But again, it's not even that she's
upset. But it's the way you go
about how she's acting when she's upset.
Yeah.
And like, also, quick highlight real quick, talking about the bullies real quick, the fact that they were messing with him while he is walking on his own with his cane.
Oh my god. Like, the like doing
I have not been this viscerally
Oh.
angry at a film, I think, since we covered Rosewood. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not trying to compare those things. Obviously, Rosewood pissed me off so much more, right?
Yeah, obviously.
It's a different scale. Yeah.
Different, entirely different scale, right? We're comparing apples and oranges here. But I think that is the last time I have been that viscerally angry watching a film.
Terrible.
We've talked about how people treat him. I want to just talk about the thing that kept me very much invested in this movie.
Let's get into the romance, baby.
Which is gay.
Gay. Wait, hold on. I have a gay fan. Hold on for this moment.
Yes. Gay. Absolutely. Because here is the thing. Gabriel, an angel, truly lives up to the name. He was the one person that honestly, no notes. I have no notes.
One note.
Singular
One
note.
note.
I might agree.
Singular
Let's go
note.
ahead. I can't think of anything, but maybe
The whole
something
situation
passed me by.
for me, it's the
The
situation with, the
What?
party. The party's fine.
Oh, the
my
party.
issue,
Okay.
my issue was like with Karina, how
Mhm.
he kind of does the same thing that Giovanna did. Well, Giovanna was accusing him of doing to Leo. So like he got another friend and just spent the entire time with Karina, and like he just kind of neglected Leonardo a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
the inviting
Eduardo.
someone to a party and then leaving and not giving them attention at the event. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
like
Agreed.
Eduardo,
Oh, yeah,
can I make a comparison real quick? And I think you're going to agree with me full-heartedly.
I know where you're going.
Nick and Imogen from Heartstopper. It's the same.
Absolutely.
It's the same shit. As a fan of both of those characters, by the way, quick note,
Yeah.
and I cannot wait for the movie. I know I am going to lose it because I'm so excited about this last movie for Heartstopper. I can't wait.
Yes.
River, you need to watch the entire series so you can watch the movie with us.
It's been on my list. Trust. Yes.
It's 3 seasons of 8 episodes, and I'm pretty sure they're all half an hour. You have time.
Yeah.
But
Oh, baby, all I
You can-
have is time.
oh,
You can
have
binge
time.
them, truly. You can binge them like if you watched 3 movies
Yeah.
back to back.
But I want to touch on the party when you kiss the boy and then you don't talk to the boy. Again, it's a very Nick Nelson move. When you kiss the boy and then you don't talk to the boy about
Also-
the
See,
kid.
but here's the thing. It's when I said no notes in this, I said the no notes in the sense of course, he wasn't absolutely perfect in that he didn't make any mistakes, but the mistakes he did make were not like were quite small in comparison to other like it was were small
Yeah.
things, and they were rectified. You know what I mean? He
Oh,
did.
yeah, of course.
He
Of
fixed
course.
it, right? But what I
Yeah.
mean is, he was the best person. Like it was him and the dad. Like they were the best, the people that treated Leo the best, in my opinion, throughout this.
Yeah,
movie.
I would agree with that, absolutely.
And I think
Can I tell you
at the
what
same
I-
time funny and like
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought it was funny when Gabriel kept forgetting that Leo was blind at first, like kind of like,
But
but also like
I
I
want
don't
to
know.
highlight on that too.
yeah,
That's one of my favorite things about him as a character, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
to me, it's the first thing everyone will tell you about Leo in this movie. That is all they are focused on with him. It is just another part
It's
of
that
him.
before anything else, right?
yeah.
And,
About
and
him. Yeah.
it is so irrelevant to Gabriel that he forgets about it several
Constantly.
times throughout the film.
Constantly.
Yeah,
Constantly.
constantly. He just wants to hang out with him.
Multiple times in one conversation. He does
Yeah.
it towards the beginning of the movie.
And then, oh my God, can we talk about when he's like, let's go to the movies, and then Leo's like, and then they go to the movies and he narrates the movie to him. I'm like,
One of the most romantic things I have ever seen.
oh my God. And showing the music, when he showed him Bella Sebastian, made him dance, and when they danced together, oh my God. I love him. I love him.
So stinking cute. And
Oh
like,
my God.
I just want to add in on top of that too. The scene where they like the end of the movie. Let's just say the end of the movie.
Mhm.
Again, as a friendly reminder, not spoiler free.
Not spoiler-free.
Let me get to the end of the movie after I'm going to say a pretty lovely slow burn. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
And they're having that conversation, and you can just tell they both know what's gonna happen. They
know.
are both
they know.
ready for it to happen, right?
Yeah.
Build up is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they are just but they have that conversation, right? And then if someone stole a kiss, how would you return it?
Peak cinema. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like literally one of the most romantic things I have ever like. I was crying. I was sobbing, crying, screaming, throwing up. And okay, one of the things that I love is that the whole conversation started by Leo clocking Gabriel's lying, because he was like, oh, he was talking about what really happened at the camping party, right? And why he ran away, like he disappeared with Karina, whatever. And then, but after telling Leo that he didn't remember the Karina's party because he got too drunk. But then he was talking about how drunk he was at the camping party, but still remembered everything. So Leo was like, well, so you must have been so drunk because you remember so much.
You got alcohol.
He clocked immediately, like, bitch, no. I know. I know you know.
Can I just also mention quickly before we even talk more how we feel about it? Just another scene that really I loved was the scene of the two of them in the showers at the camp. Okay, because
so hot.
How do you get away with showing something very very moderately erotic without it being overtly erotic? Just hint at it, right? Hint at it as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because we get a little bit of like bare ass, but like whatever. But when you see when he turns around and he's got his eyes shut
and he sits down with the towel, like
he like turns around. Notably, I don't even know if you all
he looks down.
Intentionally turned away from him like he could see him or something. Wrapped himself up with the towel under some panic that Leo could see him, even though he knew he couldn't. As he's like wrapping himself up, and then he sits down and he covers his hands, like he's still somehow going to get caught.
No, because also, what if someone walks in? You know what I mean? And he has
it's so cute.
I understand the panic. Like it's
No,
and
but also, the thing is, he turns away from Leo towards the door when he's wrapping the towel.
Like he's embarrassed.
So
I don't want him to see my erection.
Yeah, like you're actually exposing your boner right now by doing that.
Yeah, fully to the world. Also, another cute moment that we haven't talked about is the moment with the eclipse. The eclipse.
Oh, the eclipse. With the explaining with the rocks. Oh.
Like,
where's Delta Goodwin when you need her? Like, really?
When we eclipse.
Girl, that scene was one of the most romantic things.
It was so adorable. And, like, the fact that he took the time to, like, explain, and when he wasn't getting it, he was like, okay, let's grab some rocks. Let's figure this out. Let's do this together.
And then putting the hand over and being like showing him physically.
Like, it's just like, if he wanted to, he would. It's one of those things. If he wanted to, he would. And Gabriel very clearly wants to, and very willingly, like, chooses to do this, and just to share this very cute moment with Leonardo, even though Leo cannot see any of it. Just the fact that he invited him there is just absolutely adorable. And, you know. And
he said, and it was like, it doesn't matter that you can't see it. We can still enjoy it.
We can still enjoy
together.
It. And, if you think about it, he enjoys it in a different way, because not only is he just hanging out with Gabriel, but he also, like, physically touches the rocks and gets the explanation of it all. So he is experiencing the eclipse by touching, if you think about it. So he still got something else. It's just a very cute moment. Very, very cute moment. But also, now that you mentioned it, also the sweatshirt, the hoodie moment is also incredibly adorable.
Real.
Oh my God.
So,
putting it
and
on,
I am like technically pansexual, but I am not really, that into men in general or whatever. But that was so hot. Like, everything about this movie was so hot. Like, it was hot. It was sweet. It was heartfelt. I felt every possible emotion, I think.
Yeah. I have never seen.
Very, very quickly, I think this might be very important context before I say what I'm about to say. Cute romances get me more than, like, hot and heavy sexual romances.
Period. Exactly.
Yes.
When it comes to movies,
this
right?
was exactly the perfect amount of sexy.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, I watched Crazy Rich Asians for the first time. Right. Mm-hmm. That romance in that movie is fucking adorable. Right. Yeah. They don't need to have sex to show you how much they're into each other. Their chemistry shows it for you. Right. Same thing here. That's what they're doing. They're showing each other how much they care about each other just by spending time together and, like, existing in each other's bubbles. And Fabio, you little shit. I'm not getting off your neck here, okay? Making these two boys feel bad for doing nothing overtly gay for like 89% of this movie with each other. Like literally, he is holding his arm so that way he knows where he's going and he doesn't get disconnected from someone who is helping him get home. You fuck.
And also that when he was when Gabriel was when they were at the pool and Gabriel was helping Leo put on sunscreen and he was like fixing the places where it was like he did it wrong because he was taking care of at the time his friend, which is what everyone should be doing. So fuck you. And that was so sweet as well. Like this, and then waiting, like everything about it, like because it is a romance, but also the majority of the movie we see their friendship, right?
Yeah.
With like that, like we all know what is going to happen. Like you kind of have that feeling, right? But for the majority of the movie, we see their friendship and the way that they treat each other as friends. And I think that is like, it's why it's so beautiful as well.
Yeah, if you think about it, this is more of a coming of age story than it is a romance story, if you think about it. Because obviously we don't get the romance up until like near the end or like the last 30 to 40 minutes. And then the majority of the story is Leonardo finding Gabriel and becoming his best friend and finally like finding someone that treats him like a normal human being. So as I said, it's more of a coming of age story than a romance story if you think about it. But as you said, River, we all know what's going to happen at the end of it throughout this whole movie. So I guess it still counts as like a whole romance movie. But I also was going to say, very quickly running back to the hoodie moment, I have never seen a scene like a jerking off scene that is so tender and so loving and so kind. Like I genuinely have never seen like I have seen sexual acts that are this romantic, but I have never seen like a masturbation scene that is this romantic with oneself, you know, like with the longing of it all, with like the I wish you were here, with the I wish I could tell you, like you mean so much to me and I don't know how to go about it situation. Like there's so much behind it and it's just him putting his hand down his underwear. Like it's crazy.
It's like what, 20 seconds maybe?
Yeah, like
right, with the whole like
just
getting in bed and putting and smelling the hoodie and like the whole thing is like 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20, 30 seconds.
Maybe 30,
and you barely see his hand going into his underwear, so it's just like, oh, okay. You know what he's doing. Okay.
And that's the thing, to me, that's even hotter than like if we saw full dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that to me is hotter.
It's one of those things where like the suggestion of something or like the anticipation of something is way hotter than the actual thing happening. Like that's why a lot of people also, I've seen this on Twitter, why a lot of people say almost naked is way sexier than fully naked.
Yes.
Because it's the anticipation of the nakedness. So
unless there's like something to the nakedness, right? And it's not like just nakedness to be naked. Like sometimes there is a reason for things, right? And okay, I'm good with that, right? But I'm on the same page. Like I watched recently Desert Hearts, which is a lesbian film, but it's also like there is like one sexual scene where the nipples align, and that is like very erotic and hot. But it's not like everything else is not like super explicit, and so it is like just that one part. And so, because I talk about how I don't really like sexual scenes in movies, but not period. I just mean the way that they are used a lot of the times. If it's used correctly, I think it's amazing. And here it was used correctly in every moment that they did something slightly sexual or any of that. It was perfectly done. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't done to make people look at people having sex. It wasn't done. And honestly, it wasn't even really done to like deepen the relationship. Anytime it was overtly sexual, it was either like PG-13 or like a very small thing that elevated feelings, and it kind of established a lot. It was important when it showed up. It wasn't filler, right?
Yes.
And I think that's something you've also mentioned that you feel about horror too, is that it's not that you hate gore without a point, right?
Exactly.
And I like that perspective when it comes to romance too, because I feel like we forget a lot of the time, like some of the best romances in any movie ever, right? Like if you're thinking about like a top tier romance in a movie, one of the first ones that's going to come to mind for a lot of people is like Jack and Rose from Titanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they hook up in that film in a car, and like you don't see anything really at all, right? But also we get to see their relationship and the deepening of that thing. Now, personally, not one of my favorites, but if you're talking about mainstream, that's one of the mainstream ones, right?
Yeah.
And hell, most other rom-coms in like the 90s are kind of the same way. Like there's not very many like overt sex scenes. We didn't even really start getting sex scenes like in the way that we have them in movies nowadays until like the early 2000s, right? Yeah. In terms of prevalence, there were movies that had scenes like that, but they weren't omnipresent like they feel like they are today. But I think that's part of the reason I love it so much, is because it is just so perfect with everything that it tries to do when it comes to portraying literally everything it is trying to portray in this movie. Like, what flaw does this film have? I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna be blunt. What flaw does this movie have? Right?
It's not enough of it. I want more. That's all.
It's
welcome. It's a 90-minute movie. It's not asking much of you in terms of dedication, but like by the time you get done watching this movie, you're like, oh, because that's how you feel. It's not even just that's a really cute. Oh, it's I want more. But they don't need to tell you more because it ends.
But I was gonna say, like, if I had to do something, it would be like I just wanted more. But like, I would want more if that extra time would have the same quality as everything else, and it would keep the film at the same quality. If not, I don't need more. That's the thing. It was already perfectly done like this, but if I had to do something, it would be like, maybe if it was longer, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be.
The absolute amazingness of how this movie ends, right? I think a lesser movie might have ended before the last two scenes of the movie. Right. I think it might have just cut it off at 90 minutes, but they add two little things to the end of this movie. Right. So you get the scene with the new kid coming into the class and them giving the project presentation. That's kind of whatever. Right. But the important part of this.
Can we stop? Pause. Just because I want to just a little thing. Because in the beginning of the movie, we see Giovanna and Leo talking at the pool, and they're talking about how they want like an adventure in the summer, a romance, whatever. Right. And so in the end, like, and Leo gets that. Right. And Giovanna doesn't, and they talk about that. And then so in the end, it's kind of wrapping Giovanna's story of like, it kind of implies, because like the guy comes in and sits right next to her and they have like a little moment. It's kind of implying that she's also potentially going to get her adventure, whatever, like he did, you know what I mean? So I think it was a very small thing, but it was the perfect way to wrap up her storyline as well. So, sorry, go ahead.
My absolute favorite part of this movie, I'm just gonna be blunt. My favorite scene of this movie, okay, not my favorite scene, but one that I really, really like and I think adds so much to this movie is the three of them are leaving school together. Leo has his arm on Gabriel's, like he has the entire movie every time that he's taking him home.
Yeah.
Fabio, the little shit, makes fun of them again, and instead of like flipping him off like he did earlier in the movie, or like ignoring him or getting embarrassed like they do later, right? Instead, he just slides his hand down. They hold hands, right? The look on Fabio's face, priceless, right?
Yep. And ended homophobia. That scene ended homophobia.
Ended homophobia.
Period.
Like
ended homophobia.
Hillary Duff in that scene ended homophobia. Congratulations.
Period.
Yes. Congratulations.
And the other guys are giving Fabio shit for it after, which is so great.
He said, I love it.
They got your ass.
Because here's the thing, because he said, it's like, the relationship's going well or whatever. And they were kind of like, you don't have a girlfriend. You're alone. And?
What
again,
about it?
It's
and what about it?
for our Heartstopper girlies out there, it's a very hairy situation. Let's just
Yeah,
be blunt.
absolutely. It is. It is very hairy.
It's very hairy coded. But the ending of this when they're on the bike.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Because did you remember? Because we have like the one scene where they're both talking, and Leo says something to I don't remember exactly what he said, but he kind of talked about how he would never ride a bike by himself, or like that he would never be able to ride a bike. And then we have the scene of Gabriel taking Leo on a bike ride, but Gabriel is riding the bike, right? And Leo is just like on like behind. And so I think having the final scene being the opposite, being like Leo riding the bike, being the one riding the bike, and Gabriel in the back, like helping him and guiding him through it, and they're like literally riding their bike into the sunset together, is literally perfect. Like perfection.
Well, I also think it kind of represents how Leo finally gets like his autonomy that he's been asking for, right? He generally thought that he would never be able to ride a bike. He would never like be able to do things on his own. And finally he found someone that would let him do these things on his own and like do those things with him, but like not infantilize him while doing that. So I thought it was just,
or like put him down when he has an idea or something, like, because like, okay, maybe he wants to do something and it won't work out and he will fail, but he deserves to have the opportunity to fail if he's going to. You know what I mean? He's entitled to his choice of doing it or not doing it. And I think also when I mentioned earlier that we don't know if Leo ends up choosing to go on the exchange program or not. But the thing is, and we don't need to know, right? But the way that I see it is that he wanted to go do the exchange program because he wanted people to treat him differently than they did, right? Than he was being treated. And so I feel like he didn't do it because he found someone that treats him exactly the way he wanted to be treated. So he doesn't need to run away to find that anymore because he already found it.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, or maybe he will go because he'll realize that like, oh, there's other reasons, like I'm not trying to fill a void or anything, like there's legitimate reasons as to why I want to go. And then he does go, whatever, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But to me, he had a happy ending because whatever he does after this, he's going to do it because he wants to, and it's his choice.
Well, no, and I do kind of like that they don't really bring up him studying abroad again. Like, like he has the conversation with his dad. There's like a little bit of dialogue where Giovanna brings it up to Gabriel for the first time in the bathroom, right? But then other than that, it's kind of a settled topic for now. His parents, as much as his dad is like, I understand, but I'm still not comfortable with it, right? As much as we may disagree with his mother's reasoning, I can understand any parent not wanting their kid to study abroad. I get that. Like, that makes sense to me, right? But it's a settled topic for the time being, right? But it kind of just doesn't matter by the end of the movie if he's going or not. It's not like they're doing a freaking like a Ross and Rachel like got off the plane kind of thing. No, it's something that could happen. Maybe, we don't know. But for right now, it's just not where he's at. And he's happy with his boyfriend and his best friend, who is hopefully getting a boyfriend of her own soon. And, you know, they're in a good, healthy, happy place. And it feels like for the first time in his life, he has got that sense of autonomy he has wanted the entire time.
And he feels like he felt seen for who he is and not just his disability or
because
the thing that people put in the front. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's so cute.
And what is it that they say? To be seen is to be loved. Oh,
yeah.
Like this movie. I'm sorry. Like this. I'm not biased because I picked this without watching it, so I didn't know if it was gonna be. But this movie is perfect. Like, I understand why when it came out, it was such a big thing in Brazil, especially within the community, right? But also like with people that love film in general as well, not just our community, but also the film community. Because this movie did not make a lot of money. Okay, it didn't make its budget back. It made like 1.6 million reais, I think, and they spent 2.5. So like they didn't, you know what I mean? But still, it it's so impactful. It's so important. It's so beautiful. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's just we keep bringing up Heartstopper, and truly, this is like it feels very similar to it in a lot of ways. I wouldn't even be surprised if, for some reason, the author of Heartstopper had watched this before and took some inspiration for it, because there's a lot of similarities to that, and it's one of those things where just we need more movies about queer.
We were talking about needing more movies about queer joy in like last week, right? And this is exactly that.
This fits that perfectly, and we need more movies like this that are just so cute about it. So yeah.
For the record, it did make its budget back because the listing online is Brazilian dollars for the budget and then USD for the box office.
Oh, so, okay. Then thank you.
I did check. It made if you were to go based on the theoretical thing of the budget being half of what they needed to make it back, it basically broke even. I don't know how much.
Yeah, it was like
in Brazil. Yeah. It basically broke even. Mm-hmm. But again, sometimes really good movies don't do well, and you know what? That's fine. There are plenty of good movies. I mean, Rosewood. We talked about Rosewood.
Right?
Great movie.
So incredible. And there's a reason I might be bringing up Rosewood. Hint, hint.
They might have something in common.
They might have something in common. I just want to touch on something that we haven't touched on real quick, and then I feel like we can get into scores. I really like the score for this movie. It's not much, but it's cute. It's not something I think I would like. It's one of those things that I think it was a good score. I don't think it was like a great score, but the score was good, and when it needed to be there, it was there in a really big way. Because a lot of the time, it's just a quiet, like environmental kind of situation. But like there were little moments and like little leitmotifs that I really liked that I think really helped, and I think it just made a nice round package here that I personally appreciated.
I agree, and I also like the song choices for the soundtrack. Like when we did have actual known music, I think the choices were very good.
Yeah,
these people actually played "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye during the spin the bottle scene.
Yep.
I wanted to know.
Diabolical, but also so good. Like the scene was diabolical, but the use of the song was perfect.
Yeah, I was like, of course Fabio would pick this song. Of course he would.
It would be this or Careless Whisper. Let's be honest. Like it's either or.
Yeah, truly.
Or maybe Sexual Healing, as a third.
No, he wouldn't have the culture for sexual.
He wouldn't know that exactly. He
wouldn't know that one. He wouldn't know Sexual Healing. He would know. I'm shocked he didn't just go for Careless Whisper, but I guess that's fine.
This is before Deadpool came out, so a lot of people didn't know about it yet.
No, but also it would make sense because George Michael, gay,
Yes, of course. Yes. So, are we ready to discuss scores?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, before we get into scores, I would like to ask, would anyone like to make any alterations to their score before we go through them? I am happy. River, I'm assuming you're happy. Eduardo, that question was mostly directed at you.
Well, I did tell you before we started the recording.
Before you did, I wanted to make sure it was staying.
Yeah, it is staying the way that I told you to.
Okay, lovely. Well, River, as it was your selection, you will go first. And we'll just go clockwise.
So, like I said, I love this movie. I'm so glad that I chose this. I am so sad and embarrassed that I hadn't seen it before. It took so long, but like it's fine. At least I did it. Hey, it's never too late. And like I said, I think it's a perfect movie. It's fantastic, and it's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 10s across the board. Not me trying to open the fan on the wrong side. How straight of me.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, you just saw us at some point throughout this podcast. We literally asked the room, is there any flaw in this movie? And we sat there silently. Like, we literally collectively could not find an actual problem with this movie. This movie is genuinely absolutely perfect. As I said, it reminds me so much of Heartstopper. We keep bringing it up. It's super cute. It's so adorable. I think out of any movie that we've covered so far on the channel, I think this is the movie that I'm gonna keep coming back to over and over and over again and keep rewatching just because of how cute it is and how like it made me feel warm and happy inside. And sometimes you need that, right? And whenever I need that, I think I'm gonna go looking for this again. So for that reason, obviously, it is a 5 out of 5 as well.
Yeah.
A movie where a disabled gay character gets a happy ending. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I told them before the podcast, out of every movie that we have covered on this podcast to this point, with the possibility of one exception, and that being specifically for Holes, this is my favorite movie we've talked about on the podcast. I think this is just so cute, so sweet, such incredible representation, a lovely story that really just. This is not the type of movie that gets made. This is such a unique movie. Like, as much as we're comparing it to Heartstopper, which is just it's a teenage game romance movie about a sweet boy and another boy who's like trying to understanding who he is. Watch Heartstopper. But like, as much as we made the comparison, even then there's a lot of differences there, and a lot of very big differences that really separate those two properties. And as much as I would like to give this a perfect score, I am.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? The three of us, picky bitches, giving it a perfect score. Oh yes, I love it. Yes.
There you go. Perfect
And
score.
with that means congratulations to The Way He Looks for being our fourth film in the Perfect Score Club. Joining luminaries The Color Purple, Rosewood, and The Second Mother. River, you are doing pretty great with these Brazilian movies. 2 out of 3.
Me and Lana we're tied. We're tied so far.
Yeah,
We'll see.
2-2. We need to get our shit together.
You
don't say we. One of my choices should be a perfect score right now, and it's not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Akira. I am talking about Akira.
Oh, okay.
I
have
am
no idea
talking
what you're
about Akira.
I was sick. I could not pay attention.
But don't worry, you'll get your second chance at some point soon.
Any reason to mention Akira, valid. Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Eduardo, you read me for Ender's Game, I'll read you for Akira. It's fine. But
fine, whatever.
You know what the movie actually should have given a perfect score to, and I'm kind of mad that we didn't.
Gosford
Park.
Yes, absolutely. A perfectly negative score. 0 stars from all of us. That's what
0 stars. Yep.
0 stars.
I don't even remember why we gave her the points. We'll talk about it later. Besides the point,
Smith.
Maggie Smith.
Yes, that's the reason.
That's why.
Beside the point, congratulations to The Way He Looks. And you know, it's great. It's lovely seeing a gay movie get into that group of films. So I'm happy to see it myself. Next week on Movie Bucket, for those of you who have been paying attention for a while, I should mention that normally this would be when it's my selection, but we're switching the order for this next week.
Switch the order, switch it around.
Change your costume, Mimi.
Change it around.
So, normally it would be my selection next week, but you're going to have to wait 2 weeks for that. Next week, we're covering a movie that was eligible during our March Madness selections off of David's bracket. And it came very close to being the selection from David's bracket that we did for March Madness. But we ultimately decided that we didn't know when there was going to be another chance for us to talk about Io Capitano, but we could find another time to talk about Rafiki during our Pride Month coverage. So we're going to be talking about Rafiki from 2018. It is I don't remember where in Africa. Let me double check. Kenyan. It is a Kenyan film from 2018. It's a lesbian movie. So Let's go, lesbians. And I'm personally really excited to watch it because I wanted to watch it in March. So I know you two are both excited about it too. We've been talking about it.
And we like I'm thankful to David for bringing this to our table and our attention. And who knows, we might have a special guest next week. Maybe not.
Who knows?
We won't confirm nor deny.
Allegedly.
And for your 2-week away tease, I will just go ahead and say this is a gay movie with an Oscar-winning performance in it. So do your scavenging there. Is it a Tom Hanks Oscar winner? Is it a there's a lot of gay movies that have won an Oscar or two over the years. Is Anne Hathaway somehow involved? Who knows?
She's in everything.
She might have been. You don't know what movie it is. Ha 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 ha. But until next time, thank you guys so much for joining us here today as we talked about the way he looks. And thank you once again for making this incredible movie that I am now going to be watching constantly. Enjoy us next week as we talk about Rafiki. But unfortunately, we have ran out of popcorn, drink our entire soft drink, and no one ever gets more than one soft pretzel. So we're going to have to get out of here, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.